unapologetic panel straight. Welcome to the Unapologetics panel stream. Except that it's like more of a it's not. I want to say like it's like a duel more than a panel.
Sure.
Today we just it's just me and Benjamin. How you doing, man?
Oh, living the dream.
Yeah, it is a dream. So we have a lot to cover today. So we were talking about this lady. What did you say her name was?
Oh, it's Jenna Ryan.
Jenna Ryan, thank you. And she's this extremely wealthy woman who was at the January 6th insurrection, right? And she literally flew a private fucking jet to get to this place, right?
Yep. Yeah, her and her friends rented this jet together so they could all fly down from the Dallas area.
Damn. So, I mean, in order to rent a jet, I don't even know what even the ballpark would be for that price-wise.
All right. So, according to private jet charter company Air Charter Service, you can expect to pay between $1,300 and $3,000 per flying hour to charter a turboprop or smaller jet plane, which typically seats 4 to 6 passengers.
Jesus. Okay.
4 to 8,000 per hour for flying a mid-size jet, which accommodates about 9 passengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it was just like a small one. There was like 3 or 4, or maybe they got like 8, 9 people to split it. But you're talking about at minimum here on that plane that size, $4,000 per hour. And I'm not sure how long a flight to DC. Let's see here.
Yeah.
It's about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Flight.
So, yeah. Anyway, this fucking lady's got money. That's the takeaway.
She works in real estate.
But yeah, so she owns her own thing. She was in there advertising from inside the Capitol after having walked through the broken window there and getting in. And so now she is really up. She found out basically that they weren't going to not arrest her. Let's take a look at her reaction here. She did a private video on, I want to say it was on TikTok.
It's a TikTok, yeah.
It's TikTok, yeah. It's just delightful.
It was a reply to a tweet. I said, I'm not going to prison, but I was talking to a hater. And unfortunately, the DOJ saw it, and then they said, no, you are going to prison. So yes, I, Jenna Ryan, am going to prison.
Yeah. And so she was talking to a hater, apparently, and basically gave herself away.
So this woman in the Dallas area, this is not an atypical kind of woman from around here. I know so many people like this.
No shit, really?
They have that same kind of look. They do all that stuff. Like, this is just a lot of the women here.
Wow. That's crazy. Holy shit. It's like maybe they knew they might be placed on a no-fly list, so they planned accordingly. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, like, you know what? We're not vaccinated. We're not wearing fucking masks. So we better get our own plane.
Get our own plane. We just get on it. We don't have to wear a mask. We don't have to do anything.
My goodness. That's so funny. All right, let's see what she's got going on here. So she was talking to a hater and she incriminated herself. That's where we're at.
She said she's not going to prison, and then I don't know what happened here because it sounds like she's saying the Department of Justice actually tweeted her back and said, "Yeah, you are."
The Department of Justice responded. It's like at DOJ
At DOJ,
Twitter.
fuck you, you're going to prison.
No. You're fucked. And we know that for a fact because we are the Department of Justice.
That's what we do.
That's so funny.
It's happening. I'm going to prison. And so what do you do? What can you do? I have 2 months before I go to prison. I'm going to go to prison in 2 months. And I go for 60 days. And I don't know what you do in prison. I guess you do a lot of yoga. You work out.
Yes, that's exactly what you do in prison. Everybody knows. Like they have they got a yoga studio. It's very zen,
Right. It's like just a cakewalk. It's so simple and easy. Everyone just loves prison.
They have a room with like a waterfall for you to just like sit in there and fold your legs, and do your
Yeah. Actually, you can just commit crime if you want to go on vacation.
Right, yeah. I think she's like picturing like one of those rehab, like one of those really fancy rehabs.
Oh yeah,
like from Breaking Bad when Jesse Pinkman like went to that. It's all fancy and shit. That's
right. Yeah, you're not going to jail here. You're going to prison, like straight up prison. This is not a fun
that's a
time.
good point. Yeah,
like this is straight up legit prison.
Read a book. Write a book.
That would be good.
I already have a book written, so I have my literary agent, and so the literary agent, I'm excited about that.
I love this fucking. It's just like so lame. Like somebody's like, yeah, well, I've already got a book written, by the way. So, I mean, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm fucking awesome, by the way. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm awesome.
Yeah, but look at this woman, and she's gonna have to spend 60 days in prison.
Oh, she's not ready for what she's in for, man. She's in for a surprise.
I mean, like look at her. She's gonna have just a hoot in prison.
God, she's got like that permanent fucking like angry eye. It seems.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's drawn on. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is eyebrow. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
well, that's good.
Crazy high arched eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh my god. Weird.
I just have to finish a little piece of it because we have to sell it.
90%.
And maybe it might be a movie someday of how I got entangled in this political fiasco of epic proportions and accused of being a complete and utter piece of poop. No one who really knows me.
Stop. It's TikTok. You can say shit. That's all right.
Say shit. It's fine.
You can say crap too. Crap sounds better than poop. Like that just sounds like you're 10. Like what you do?
Like you crawled your ass through a broken ass window into a building you weren't supposed to go into. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? Not just a building, a federal building.
To stop a legislative process.
What do you think is going to happen?
And you're hanging out with people like talking about murdering politicians loudly and in unison. Like, my God.
Right. No one is happy about this. This isn't something you just get away with like, oh, Jenna, that was so bad. You shouldn't have done that. But you feel bad, right? Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Right.
No.
Yeah. No. Yeah, because this isn't like a bunch of people that are doing like civil unrest, and it gets out of hand. You know what I mean? Like some people light some stuff on fire in the street or whatever, This isn't that, dude. Like you're not in a street. You flew to a government building at our nation's capital to stop a legislative process. That's different than going, hey, we don't want to get shot anymore. Let's go out into the street.
But
it's
also
a different fucking thing. That just drives me crazy.
I guarantee you, before she went to this, she probably advocated for arresting rioters.
Oh, yeah.
For advocating for arresting protesters because all protesters are rioters, right? Because they're there protesting, so they must be the ones burning things.
Right. Yeah. And I guarantee she advocated for that. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just you can just tell. I mean,
She probably uses words like thugs,
oh yeah,
which at this point I almost don't even want to use the word because it's replaced the N word. Honestly, with a lot of these people,
basically, yeah. I
that's
mean,
that's their safe way of saying it. Like these people, these whatever they are.
yeah, these thugs.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it's
God,
become it's become a really bad word. Honestly, like you don't want to call anybody that.
but I mean, that's literally what she is right now. She's a fucking thug trying to go in and like take over the goddamn government for Christ's sake.
Right.
And put in, make sure that her thug president becomes president.
Aunt Jer has a good point here about the food. I think she's gonna really love the food in prison.
Hold on. Well, I mean, they did fucking give that one dipshit his fucking vegan bullshit eventually.
I mean, that's fine. You want vegan food, you don't eat meat. Okay, give it to him, right? But do you
What
think
is
it was?
it?
Do you think it was good?
No, it's probably like a bag of peanuts or something.
Right.
We got these in the vending machine. Here's some
Yeah.
peanuts. Got the Flamin' Hot and the ranch. Here you go.
Right. Got some barbecue corn nuts for you.
Hey, there you go. God, I hope that was the case. Yeah. Oh God, this
Yeah.
Go Brandon thing is so goddamn fucking stupid, man. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, you're allowed to swear. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? It's the fucking Friends thing. Remember in Friends where they're like, remember when you want to give the finger, but you don't want to actually give the finger, and you go, that's what Let's Go Brandon is.
Yeah.
This.
It's like they're too much of snowflakes to actually say it.
Right? Just say fuck Joe Biden. I literally just said it just now. I know because I'm the one who said it when I said it just now. You fucking dunces. What the hell are you doing?
Get this, Brandon won.
Okay. Yeah. It's just such a weird thing that they like think that's so clever. God, it's fucking creepy, man. These people, I just don't even know what world. We're just in different worlds. Like, I don't even know what reality they're in. They're in just like their own little. They got like a helmet on, and they're just in their little virtual reality, doing their Matrix shit. And I'm just like, wow, where are you at?
I think they're so clever with that. They're like, oh, let's go, Brandon.
Good one, bro. Good, yeah. Keep that. Wow. Pat yourself on the back for that one, dude. Jesus Christ.
No one knows me, but they're still calling me all this because it's fun. I mean, people got to have fun. I understand everyone needs to have fun. But yes, I'm going to prison. It is true. I'm going to prison. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a lot of yoga in prison.
Oh my God.
It's not going to be like.
She really thinks this yoga thing's going to pan out.
It's not going to be like the penitentiary. It's not going to be like
what?
It's going to be. Is this motherfucker doing yoga? Get this bitch. Get
right.
It's not going to attack. Oh, that's so funny. What is he doing? Oh my God! What is that face? Wow, we just stopped on a face here. It's like an alien. Wow, it's impressive.
People
like soap.
She looks like the fucking. Remember that one? The end scene of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That face that she was just making looks exactly like that alien that does little hand signs.
There you go.
It's going to be prison where, you just put me away, lock me up like a dog in a pen. And I hope everyone's happy because I know I have a lot of haters. Y'all always wanted me to go to prison. Here is your shot. Take your best shot. Jenna's going to prison. Jenna Ryan going to prison.
Dude, the people taking no, we're not taking shots. You did this to yourself. Saying like, right. Like take your best shot. Like we don't have to. You did that, and we're just gonna sit back
on Twitter and say, put Jenna Ryan in prison for no reason, and the DOJ was like, you know what? Sure will, buddy.
Yeah, I don't like her either. I don't like her face. She kind of looks like that alien from in Close Encounter. Yeah, let's get her.
Right.
Let's get her.
Right.
You know,
She didn't do anything, but throw her in prison for no reason. It's cool.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Oh, I can't wait to get it over with. I want it over
Sure
with
you
so that I
can.
can move on
Right.
with my life and start taking care of my business. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.
Jesus Christ. How sad. Yeah, that was fucking weird. And you know, you can tell it's just like she is so blown away
Yeah.
that, like, what? I'm going to be arrested. You know, she's just so blown away by it.
She's
And then
freaked out.
well, she didn't think it was going to happen, obviously, right? She was just like, whatever, you know. I was just doing the thing that everybody else was doing.
Right. It's totally fine.
It's not a big deal, you know. Stop trying to stop the legislative process there by breaking into a Capitol building there. Like, so
I'm a
weird.
goddamn patriot doing patriot business.
The way
Where it's the exact opposite of.
No, yeah, you're literally treasonous, you dumb fuck. Like, what are you doing?
You are going against the rules set forth.
Yeah. By the governing body.
It's weird
that you think you're a patriot too. None of it adds up. But you know, nothing does add up with these people. I mean, they were literally just waiting for JFK Jr. to show up, and now I hear that they're trying to set up their headquarters in that area.
Oh yeah.
And the crazy thing is, you know, there's enough of these people, and they're actually well funded enough to be able to actually fucking do that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That is terrifying.
Post up in Dealey Plaza. It's fine.
Oh my God. That is freaky, man. And there were so many of them at that thing. It wasn't like it was just like 10 people. Like, it was like a fucking crowd that all decided to come to this place. They came from all over.
Yeah. And I don't live too far from there. And I was so mad that I didn't have the time to go.
Just check them out.
Interview people. Just camera. Just, you know, like just dry interview. Like be as dry as possible, but ask them leading questions.
Right.
You know, just expose their bullshit, but not directly and openly.
Oh, you'd be good at that too, because they wouldn't know where you're at. You know what I mean? You speak so like monotonally. That's
I don't give anything away.
You know? Yeah. Jesus, yeah, that you could get some shit out of them, man.
I mean, the
like
fact that I'm a long-haired hippie, though, so that may throw it off.
Yeah,
but I would come up with some like bullshit excuse, right? Like, you know, like I know that my barber was part of like the deep state, and he was a plant, so I had to stop going to the barber.
All barbers are actually in on it.
They're working together.
To you because you know talking is a big part of going to the barber, you know, and so they're going to manipulate you as they're talking to you. I mean, it's going to be gentle. You're not going to know what's happening, but it's happening. And then
they're going to push you in their direction. They're going to get information from me that they don't need to have.
So that is what.
So I stopped cutting my hair. Suggestion: just say I live off the grid. I live off the grid.
There you go. Yeah, get one of those dome things, those biodome things that they got there. Yeah, man. Go, you know, be a sovereign fucking citizen there.
I'm not a hippie. I'm a survivalist nut.
Yeah. Don't have to pay taxes because that's how that works, apparently. I
would have brought my gun, but
your armory.
It's in the gun shop right now, and you know.
But yeah, you do like that Jordan Klepper. Have you ever seen any of those?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. Those are so funny. Of course, it's like so clear that they like clipped out like the most ridiculous people, but it's so fun.
Right.
That shit.
Yeah.
She was pretty good at it. I'm surprised that people even talk to him. Like, what do you think's gonna? It literally says like Comedy Central on the fucking camera. Like, what are you doing? Why would you answer questions when you're at something so silly to Comedy fucking Central? That's just
right. So you know we got Kat Kerr today too.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Kat Kerr is always fantastic.
Oh, she is so just delightful. Always saying something that's crazy. And I've watched like 4 of these. Like she was, I guess, was on Steve Schultz, so I have no idea which one
Oh,
you
it's more
picked out
Steve
of.
Schultz. Don't worry.
It's Steve Schultz, yeah. Which
It actually
is
kind of
awesome.
relates to the Robin Bullock we have later.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, in a way. Oh yeah.
I take power over all the power of the enemy that is involved in activities in the White House or DC, and in ways that they're cheating, stealing, and lying. They're defiling the people by allowing evil to come in.
How are
I
they doing
command my
that?
host of heaven 100 million to
100
go there
million.
now
Hold on.
and 24 hours a day.
See, that's what I was saying. The number doesn't matter ever. Like the one
No.
time it was like 500,000, and she was like shaking her head like that's really something. That's 100 million.
Right. But if it's like an angel with the power of God, why does the number matter?
It
Shouldn't
does.
one be sufficient?
Right? Why do you even like? Yeah,
I've
I
got
think,
one angel, and he's got all of God's power behind him, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
right. I mean, really, you shouldn't need any angels. You should just be able to have God do it or whatever, because you're a prophet. But
Yeah,
I
I don't understand. Like, she's just like 100. I'm commanding right now 100 million angels.
100 and billion, million, trillion.
Right. Like, wait, she's like, okay, so do you think she thinks this out in her head, or she has like a friend she talks to where she's like, okay, Sally, I'm gonna send some angels to the White House. It's gonna be real dramatic, but how many should it be? Like, I was thinking 10,000, and Sally's like, Kat, I've told you this.
You can do better than 10,000.
I've told you this 100 million times. She's like, that's it, 100 million.
Right. Boom. Perfect number right there.
Spend 100 million, and then everyone will know how serious God is.
God's like, hold on now. There's only so many angels now. I mean, I gotta have them doing others. A lot of people are missing their car keys right now, and
Right.
they're praying. And what, you're just gonna take all those angels just to go to the White
Yeah,
House?
I was busy praying that my kid wouldn't die from cancer, but they're busy.
Those
Is
ones
that
are
what
always,
happens when
always
people die
busy.
from cancer when they're praying? They're always busy, right?
Right.
It's because Kat Kerr's using them all up on her all-out, full-on fucking attack here. 100 million at a time. Let's go straight to the White House. Where do they even fit? Do they have a certain size? Are they small? Like this big?
Yeah, all the dispatchers are like, God damn. Okay, fuck. All right, we're gonna have to. Okay, Michael, you're gonna have like 7 different things you got to do now.
Right. You
Simultaneous. I don't know how you're
gonna. You're cool. Cool.
Day for the next 10 days or 30 days,
Wait.
you will release the terror of
You
God.
can't just do
upon
that.
those
The terror of God. And then here's another thing. She's like, she doesn't even know how many days. She's like changing her mind halfway through. She's like, for the next 10 days. Wait, no, that's not enough. Or 30 days.
30, 40. It reminds me of the fucking, that thing from Friday where he's like, don't come in the bathroom for like 15, 30, 45 minutes.
Nobody go in there for about 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, don't go in there for 20, 30, 40, 45, 55 minutes.
No, that's the same.
Like,
He's just giving a time span that he knew, 30 to 45. She changed it halfway through. She's like, for the next 10 days. And then you could kind of see her brain working for half a second there where she's like, or 30 days.
Right.
It's got to be enough days.
Or 2 years, actually 10 years. Let's just do it.
Right. Let's do it for longer than Biden can be in office, 47 and a half years. Why not?
It's like, add infinitum. How about that? Let's just add infinitum. Let's just go with that.
Right. Okay, so here's the other thing, right? So we're looking at all-powerful God, right?
Mm-hmm.
All-powerful God with a plan, right?
Yeah.
All-knowing, all-powerful God with a plan. So if he was going to have any effect on what's going on in the White House, wouldn't the angels already be there?
Yeah.
The fact that Kat Kerr had to call them there means that she doesn't believe in an all-knowing God.
That was already like on point with what he was going to be
Right.
doing anyway.
It means that she doesn't
Yeah.
believe in an all-knowing, all-powerful God, because an all-knowing, all-powerful God would have had it done.
Yeah,
It's already been handled.
I mean, that's kind of the whole prayer fallacy anyway, right? I mean, it's like,
What's the
you know,
thing?
if everything's like according to a plan, what are you fucking praying for? And what are
Yeah.
prophets for at
What's a
all?
prophet for? Yeah, if you have an all, and you have, the whole thing is, if you have an all-knowing God, then you have zero free will, which is supposed to be God's point, right? For you to decide, for you to make the choice. But
Yeah,
if you have an all-knowing God who already knows what you're going to do anyway, then you've already essentially done it in his eyes, and you don't have any free will.
right. It totally, you can't have both. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just, one negates the other, like completely. It makes no goddamn sense. That shit drives me crazy because it's like, and trying to explain that to someone, they just, it's weird that they have this. Well, of course, it all happens to God's plan, but like, he'll change his plan if you ask enough because and they'll usually bring up that really racist, the time that Jesus was really racist.
Yeah.
Where he's like, can you heal whatever, or do this thing, right? And he's like, well, I came for the children of Israel and not the, you don't feed the dogs or whatever, you don't bring the Son of Man to feed the dogs and not the
Right.
children of Israel, right? And she's like, well, even the dogs get the crumbs. And he's like, yeah, okay, you kind of got a good point. That's a good point. Now
Okay.
I've changed my mind, and I will now heal the person you want me to heal or whatever. And it's like, what the fuck? They tend to point to that, like, well, Jesus changed his mind that one time when he was being super fucking racist.
Right. But so the thing is too, though, so if you want to tell me a story about a God, like a powerful God, cool. All powerful, absurd. Like if there's a
Yeah.
guy who runs a magic place, right, where we go when we die,
Yeah.
and he's just got a lot of power, he can have some effect on the world. He's got angels to send out to do things for him, right?
Right.
But don't tell me the all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, right? Because he's sending you to hell, right? Like, where's the
Yeah.
love in that? Like, you fucked up, go straight to hell for eternity. Not even like, go to hell. Like, like, that would be an equivalent for a parent would be, as a parent, my child makes a big mistake, right? Like, just really fucks up. And I'm like, okay, so now you're grounded to the basement until you die.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Pretty
Where
much.
the fuck is the love in that?
And putting the cookie that they told him not to eat in their room on purpose in the first place, and then being like, don't eat that cookie, and then leaving the room, right? And then they eat the cookie or whatever. And they're like, you brought this on yourself. Now I got to put you in the garage and light it on fire.
So just nobody wants to know why the idea of an all-powerful God is absurd to me. Okay, so let's start with one of my favorite. It's kind of a bullshit, but still.
But it's still,
if you have an all-powerful God, right? So it's all-powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have an all-powerful God, then an all-powerful God could create let's say a rock, right? A rock that is, he's all-powerful. He can create whatever he wants. He can create a rock that he himself cannot lift, therefore negating his all-powerfulness, right? So therefore, using that set of logic, there is nothing that can exist as all-powerful.
Yeah, I mean that's what's so weird about all powerful, because there's always going to be something that they could do that would limit their own. I don't know, and it's almost like, could they do that? And the question itself is just to point out the absurdity of the paradox of all powerful.
All powerful. It cannot exist.
No, Mr. Manhattan can't exist. Like the fucking just the super most powerful. But it's like, I guess, maybe because he doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, especially according to like the Bible and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense, because like what the iron chariots were enough to fuck him up. like the Lord was with them, but they had iron chariots, so they lost. So it's just
Right.
It's like, wait, what's going on?
Why does the iron God,
The iron-
all-powerful God can't defeat iron?
It's like that's why this book just makes no sense. Like it just completely negates itself, like time and time again.
Right. So if they had to fight against iron chariots, let's just say, even not just an all-powerful God, even a powerful God could have, like they have iron chariots. He's like, let me
semi-powerful guy.
And let's just say he can't.
Thor, like...
let's just say he can't send things down to Earth directly, right? Let's just say
Right.
it's against his power structure here. But we know that he speaks to people in their minds, right? Like we know this for sure, right? The Bible says it. Or he shows up and speaks to them in burning bushes, for example.
Sure.
Right? Like he can't tell them how to build a functioning gun or a rocket launcher, and they could just fucking ruin everybody.
Right. I mean, he dropped down manna from heaven. He can be dropping down AR-15s from heaven too.
Like, hey, you're gonna fight this army. Here's AR-15s coming down in sweet, awesome looking umbrellas, and they just slowly drift down, and you just fucking waste everybody. Let's go.
I just wormholed a tank here for you. And,
right. Nobody's using it after the apocalypse. It was just sitting there, so I just sent it through time for you. You're cool. Ruin them.
Get them. God, it's so funny. It kind of reminds me. I was just watching that movie, The Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
And it's like the part where they do like Hamlet, but it's like he's dreaming. He's like fell asleep watching the TV, and it was like Hamlet, and then it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger like pulls out the guns and just starts killing everybody. He's like, I don't care if I play it fair. And he's like killing all these guys with swords. It just reminds me of that scene.
Yeah, when that happened, right? Like he's like, I'm all powerful God, and I've decided you're supposed to win. But somehow they have iron chariots, and now we have lost. Like, what? How does this make sense?
God's like, oh, it's iron chariots? Fuck.
Or the God that has power to send she-bears to kill children, turn a woman into a pillar of salt. He couldn't just turn them all into salt.
Right. Like, and he never does any stuff like that. Like, he will never just
it just does it randomly
an army
himself. And it's
unless
never
it's Sodom and
move.
Gomorrah, I guess. Sodom and Gomorrah, I guess he did that. But, like, he only did it that one time. Because it's what it needed for that story. But, like, other stories were, like, his peeps were, like, getting fucked up. And he was just like, I can't, like, send the fire from heaven again. Yeah. And I just did that with Simon. I used up all my fireballs. I gotta recharge.
Right.
Which, again, like, gets back to the all-powerful God thing. It's just,
there you go.
It doesn't make sense. Even in amongst itself, as far as like logically, internally consistent, as far as like a valid thing that would happen. But but as far as like the Bible goes, it's completely absurd.
Let's finish this video off.
Yeah. So
places upon the people doing those things, that they will come to repentance, or great fear will fall upon them, and they will just sometimes stop what they're doing. Sometimes they will feel like they have to report it. Go host, make toast. And in that second, they will immediately go and begin to leave waves. There are these waves of the terror of God. I mean, there's a terror. There's a terror of God coming, not for us. It's not for the body. It's for the wicked. And he is going to do it. But we can send the army of heaven who actually can bring that and release that. They will do it.
She sounds like a fucking dude. She sounds like a toddler. Like when a toddler is like telling a story and like and they want you to keep listening, and you're like, yeah, I know, but I gotta no. And then the spider like went and it came down and it had little pink boots on its feet, all of its feet. It had pink boots, and it was, and you like start saying, and then it moved over, and it said, and there was a bird that came, and it's just like it just keeps going. Like you don't. She's just making this shit up as she's going. Oh, and like it seems like as soon as like Steve Schultz seems to like go into a heroin nod, she like has to ramp it up and then like goes to another thing.
What I was saying about the 10 to 30 days, because she's like, for 10 days, or wait, 30.
You see Steve Schultz like, well, 10 is not. I meant 30, by the way. Put 30, yeah.
30 wasn't good. 10 wasn't good enough. It's totally 30. It totally meant 30 the whole time. Everything I was talking about. It's cool. It's cool.
All right, well, let's see this dude. This is the fakest fucking crying I've ever seen. Like, by the way, like it's like he's like, okay, work yourself up, work yourself up, work yourself up, and watch, just watch this shit. Watch, and we're just gonna play the whole thing straight, top to bottom.
That's our least
over
favorite
my
kind.
shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were
Oh my god.
I'm getting. What is happening? What?
there were people right
Oh my
there.
god. Okay.
This is striptease level of act. I mean,
Okay.
showgirls
So,
level acting. Yeah.
No. What this reminds me of is, have you ever seen like a toddler who has gotten in trouble,
Oh,
but doesn't feel bad about it, but they know that you want them to feel bad, or they think you want them to feel bad,
yep,
and then they try to fake cry?
yep.
That's this because he's like, he just stops in the middle of talking. He's like,
Oh my god, you're so right, because he had that pause. He's like, okay, get really worked up now. His brain's like, okay, it's time to like actually
yeah,
look like you feel things. And he's like,
right.
I'm so-
He even
You know,
did
come
the
on, man, I
shaky,
could do better
pouty
than
lip
this.
too. Like he's like, look at my pouty lips. I must be real sad.
Really, all he's thinking about is, I'm gonna go to fucking prison. You know what I mean? And he's like, think about prison, remember that, you know, and that's how you got to do your performance.
Think about prison. They don't have yoga there.
Jesus Christ. That's really what he was looking forward to, you know,
Right.
the yoga,
It's fucking
the yoga section there. Jesus. Okay.
Take a deep breath. That's got to be his lawyer.
Hold on. I can.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
He's like, let me clutch my jacket. Oh my god.
That's where I run.
Michael Bay comes out like, cut. This is bullshit.
Right?
Thanks for our break anyway.
Come on, man.
Extra minute, sir. We're going to take a break.
Biased-ass
Please don't
judge.
talk about the case during the
It's
break.
like,
Read
yeah,
what
this
you listen
poor
when he
poor
comes.
youngster. He's a poor youngster.
Yeah, that judge is a pile of bullshit, by
Oh
the
my
way.
god, he's so fucking. It should have been a mistrial straight from the fucking beginning. When he's like, "Hey, you know, you can't call the victims. I mean, you can't call the people he killed victims." Are you fucking brain
Like,
dead?
why
stupid?
not? He killed people.
That's axiomatically what they are. Like that's like you can't. Like, the words like there's no other. Like what? What do you mean? Like that describes what they are in this particular context. Like full stop. Like
Yeah.
there's no other way to describe what they are other
Well,
than
that's the
fucking
thing.
victims.
This is a judge, and normally judges don't allow any bullshit in their courtroom, and that was like blatantly, clearly bullshit. And he's like, let's take a break. You're clearly distressed.
Right?
You're like, but
Like,
you're
poor
not. He's like,
youngster.
I
mean-
went out to a protest with a gun, and now I'm sad because I used the gun on people.
Right.
Fuck you.
What are you doing, dude? That's I swear it's like if it's basically, and see, here's my problem. It's going to be like the main crux, I think, of my argument. It's the precedent that this sets.
Yeah.
Is that, hey, if you got a gun, you can go start bullshit. You know, you can go fuck with whoever you want, and if they respond to your fuckery, then you get to kill them because you can go, oh, they stepped at me weird, and now I'm like I'm self-defending myself.
Right.
Even though I started the bullshit. It's the same thing as Trayvon Martin. You know, it's the same fucking shit. And that dude walked. And that's the precedent our law is setting. I mean, it's the most disgusting fucking. It's terrifying. Like I couldn't,
This
and
whole
it's all
thing
to
is
protect
bullshit.
gun people, and that's like it, and be anti fucking black people and anybody that's in support of black people, because that's
Yeah.
really what this is about. Because like there was a thing, like I was having to talk about this, and it was like it's a white kid that that just was illegally had a gun. He didn't have a legal gun. He wasn't allowed to have a gun in that state. And he kills people, and they're like, and I was like, as a white kid, I'd love to see what would happen if it was the other way around. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he's like, oh, I didn't realize this was about race. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Was it a fucking alien from another goddamn planet that's on trial here?
Let me guess.
A fucking white kid.
Debating with Dallas.
No. Actually,
That sounds like some
that's a
shit
good
Dallas
guess.
would say.
That's a very solid guess. And he actually was in the chat, but he wasn't responding for whatever reason. But no, it was Javier from the Javier show.
Oh.
Who's and I have to say, as far as like the way he talks and everything, he's delightful. I actually like his demeanor and everything. I just don't like his stupid fucking opinions about
There
shit.
But as far as let's move on to a palate
right.
cleanser here with our good old buddy Robin.
All right, we got Robin. Oh, Robbie.
What's Dallas's last name?
I have no idea. Oh, Duffy or Dallas Duff. Duff,
that guy.
Sorry, I forgot I knew his last name. Yeah, which Dallas? Dallas Duff. I've debated him a bunch. If you actually go back in the these videos here, I've got a couple. Debates
you can hear his bullshit arguments and never answering a straight question with a straight answer.
No, he tries to. He's frustrating, and it's hard not to follow his bullshit too, because it's like he catches on like a little thing, and then then you end up on that little thing. You're like, wait, but the debate was about this other thing. What the fuck's happening right now?
What's going on?
How did you get me over here? That's the crux of his debate style.
Yeah.
That's what. Here we go.
And I'm telling right now, I'm saying this, and the Lord would have me start doing this. Get in touch with me, and I can tell you some of these things if you believe the prophets. Donald Trump, call me. Call me.
Sure he did.
I'm saying more than people realize right now.
What?
But listen to the
prophets. Saying more than people realize.
Don't let them tell you to not listen to the prophets. I gave a prophetic word on Steve Schultz's program.
Sure,
and it was a word I heard in a conversation. I heard these people talking. And they told the president, I'm talking about President Trump, the president. I'm not talking about the jackal who barks over the desk of the Oval Office. I'm talking about the president. I was listening to this conversation, and they said, don't.
Wait. It's like Biden the jackal who barks over a desk.
Yeah.
Like what does that even mean? He's like the jackal that barks over a desk. Rawr.
I don't. He's always talking about different animal. Like Biden's been referred to by what? The jackal, the snake, or the serpent, He's like a ton of different animals, and he just like swaps them out.
Yeah, it's intentional though. It's like the more you dehumanize him, the more effective you're going to be. Also, to note, there is a sword in the background.
What the fuck is a sword? What is? It's like they got the little fist at the bottom. What is that?
He's got. Of course, he has a sword. Look at him.
Yeah, I got a sword. I pray.
It's like discount slightly gothy Kid Rock. Of course he has a sword.
I can just see like what was that fucking like the very first YouTube video of that like lightsaber kid? But it's him with the sword.
Yeah, I just picture him with the sword like whacking at a tree and just fucking the sword all up because it's like, I'm so good at swords. Look at me. I'm so good at swords. God, give me the power of being awesome with swords.
The camera like zooms out just a tiny bit, and there's Madison Cawthorn beating up the tree. Like, hey, what's up, bro? Cool. Yeah, me
Oh.
too.
Yeah, we got swords. We're cool. Let's high five. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Listen to the prophets. Don't listen to the prophets. Said, but the Lord said, don't listen to your advisors about that because they have their own agenda in mind and it does not include you.
Yeah.
You have to remember an anointing.
So what God said was, don't listen to your advisors because they're actually making fucking sense. And they're telling you not to do this crazy, goddamn absurd shit.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling you. But don't listen to them.
Based on facts and reason and all the I don't know, something about the virus that's killing everybody. Don't
And the
do anything.
rule of law.
He says, listen to me. Okay?
Shush. I called Robin
all that
Bullock
shit.
on the phone and he told me to not listen to you motherfuckers. So I'm going to drink my Diet Coke and eat my McDonald's and fuck y'all.
And fucking do my best to get everybody killed.
Yeah, it's great.
Get my own base killed too, by the way.
I'm going to tweet. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tweet and say that Republicans shouldn't vote in 2024 because that'll make things happen, right?
Right, what was that? Why? Why would you do that?
Maybe Robin Bullock told him to. Because he's a prophet of the Lord.
It's like, you know what would get him? Those Mitch McConnells and all those fuckers. You just tell them not to vote, and then they'll all lose. It's a good strategy. The Lord gave it to me just now.
Solid move.
Couple
Solid move.
seconds ago.
I got it. In my head, I heard the conversation. He's like, Trump's on the phone. He's like, and Robin's like, guess what? Guess what, Donald? Guess what, Donnie? I got me a sword. You want to play swords? You want to play swords later? You want to play swords?
I would absolutely love to play swords. I love swords. Swords are the best. They're one of the best weapons. Guns are okay, and I fully support all guns and everybody's right to have guns. But swords, you really stick it into them,
Yeah.
I like the sticking part.
I like the sticking part especially.
An anointing is in a time. There is a time for the anointing to be president. If you run that time out, that anointing will lift. It'll lift. You can't wait.
Okay.
You have to operate when the power of God is there to operate. Don't be concerned about riots. Riots are going to happen whether you come back or not.
So it's like your phone, like when you're getting service, you're like, oh, I've got service. Okay, let's make the call tonight. Whatever.
Don't worry about riots at all. It doesn't matter what the consequences are because you got to work within God's time period because God, the all-powerful, all-knowing God, once again, has time limits. His God magic only works within these certain constraints that he's imagined.
God's just sitting there waiting. Oh, I got a power boost. Shit.
Oh, I used it all up. Oh,
Donald. And nobody responded. Nobody.
All right, Donnie, you got to do it now. You got 47 minutes left. You got to go now, Donnie. You got to go now.
They're going to happen whether Donald Trump runs for president or is president or walks in the office. The riots are going to happen anyway. Don't worry about all of that. Operate in the power of God and let him pave your way. One step toward that, your position, and God will open the way all the way back.
Jesus.
After I gave a word similar to that, a very important person called me and said, you have no idea how right you are.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I listened. I know one of his close advisors, and they told him, don't run in 2024. Don't run again.
Hillary
You'll
Clinton.
mess it up for all of us. He said, you were on. Because I know I was on. I heard the conversation. I heard them talking. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell the president something. Donald John Trump, you were anointed from the day you were born to be president. and you were
Anointed.
brought on the scene for such a time as this.
Wow.
It's so creepy with this shit, with this prophet fucking Trump
But he
shit.
claims he talks to Donald on the phone, right? But why did he have to make a video then to explain to Donald how anointed he was? And then I also like how
Because he doesn't listen to Donald. Donald, I'm trying. Donald, I know it's Stone.
I know Donald, listen,
Don-
quit snorting,
Don-
quit snorting coke off that hooker's ass for a minute.
I'm trying to agree.
Yeah, this guy. But then he says someone very important called him, but not anybody he's ever going to name. Not even he's even going to drop a hint on. It's just a very important person who happens to be a Trump advisor who told him or happens to know what the advisor said, don't run in 2024. Like, if that doesn't sound fucking made up, then what, I don't know where you're coming from here. Like,
Right,
I don't get
because
it.
that's absolutely not going to happen. I mean, abso-fucking-lutely not going to happen.
Don't worry. Hey, Brent. Don't worry. Someone important called me. And they said that you need to Venmo me $500 in cash. Just trust me on this.
Well,
Get your phone.
Let
me give you my Venmo.
I already got it. No, remember because of the drugs. I mean, not because of the other stuff. Fuck. Yeah. I got you. Okay, five. That was 500. You said?
No. You forgot a zero. 5,000.
That 1,000.
Yes, yeah, I heard the conversations of the voices. Yeah.
We're gonna have to move some.
Don't pay your rent. Don't pay your car payment.
I can cash out my 401k, and
there you go.
We'll just.
Good call.
I can cancel life insurance. Who needs life insurance? I'll be dead anyway. So I mean,
yeah,
who cares?
Don't need it. You're fine.
Jesus.
It's like, it's cool. It's important. Just trust me.
just do it. Okay.
Why are they so worried about him not running in 2024? They're like, oh my God, this country's going to go to shit if this particular nutcase doesn't run for office.
Right. Like, it's so weird too. And I was watching a thing they were talking about, like how a lot of these ultra conservative presidents, like, they're so much worse in their second term because they don't give a fuck about getting reelected or not. So they don't have.
Imagine that.
They don't have to, like, him not giving a fuck. Holy God, he's already giving less fucks than anybody's ever given.
Right.
When he needs to fucking think about reelection. And so if he gets reelected again, oh my God. It would just be an absolute fucking nightmare. He'd just be doing it would just be so awful and absolutely corrupt.
I still want to see, though, like, there's this very unrealistic hope I have that Donald Trump runs in 2024 and wins and then gets into office and decides to be just a full-on fucking socialist. Where he's like, universal health care, free college for everybody. Fuck it.
That would be great. That's Bernie Sanders' second term. You're mixing up.
Yeah, no. So, okay.
Not his first term.
People aren't a fan of this opinion. But if you look at what Bernie did, right? You look at the way Bernie ran, and honestly, I feel like his whole point wasn't ever to win. His point was to push the agenda further to the left.
I can see that. That's actually, yeah, okay. It's a very deep, politically scientific viewpoint there.
That's honestly the way I feel from what I saw.
I think you might be right, honestly, because he couldn't win. He barely got any delegates or whatever. He had nothing.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to win, but he knew that by running, he could push the agenda further to the left, and that's what he's after.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right, and I think he accomplished
Oh,
that
he
goal
definitely did.
to a particular degree.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's like being pushed back because, like, all this infrastructure thing, and everybody's getting mad at the progressives because they voted no, and it's like, yeah, because they had enough votes to be able to do that,
Right.
without it being a problem, and it's called a protest vote, and it's fine because it didn't cause any problems. Like if they didn't have the votes to do that, they wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, but they knew
Yeah.
they had the votes to do it because
Heck, we're
they're
cool.
more concerned with the reconciliation bill,
Right.
which is the much more progressive one, which is I really hope that we can get through to where we're just like, yeah, fuck all the Republicans and people that are pushing back. We're gonna put this through anyway, kind of thing.
Right.
As long as we can get fucking Manchin and send them up, which they're probably the biggest problems for that one.
Yeah.
Because money and bribery needs to not be part of politics. That's the bottom line of that one. But
You shut your whore mouth.
This is a great time, man.
Heck yeah.
I think we did all right for just the two of us, man. That was a little bit different, huh? Yeah,
we got it. We did it.
yeah, and we are going to be doing this stream on Sunday, so make sure to show back up if we're going to be doing on Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing a very similar kind of stream, but we're going to be doing something a little different. It'll be a little bit of fun, and we're going to have a guest. So
we're going to try something out.
Yeah, we're just trying stuff. We're just throwing stuff out in the water and seeing what sinks.
Floats?
It's not
Which one's good here?
Floats is better. I feel like floating.
Maybe sink is good though, because there's like cool shit on the bottom.
Yeah, that's true. That's where all the treasure is.
Right.
But but yeah, thanks so much for watching. So our catchphrase sign off.
Mm-hmm.
What do we say to the haters, discriminators, and masturbator shamers? Fuck off.